Stand by, Ken. Just say when. Okay, we will bring the meeting of TMAC to order for December. And we're going to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, thank you all for being here. We're going to do a roll call of the officers. Use your mic.
Okay. I don't know what you put in this. President?
Here.
Vice President? Here. Secretary? Here. Treasurer? Here. All officers are accounted for.
A roll call of the committee chairs.
Bingo. Computer club. Here. Country breakfast. Here. Dance. Nope. Decorating.
Here.
Diversions. Here. Genealogy.
Here.
Glass shop.
Here.
Library. Here. Model yacht club.
Here.
Monday coffee. Petanque.
Here.
Potluck.
Here.
Shuffleboard. Special events.
Here.
Special meals. Table games. Nope. Tanglewood dog. Nope. Tech group.
Present.
Tennis.
Here.
Trips and travel.
Here.
TWR times. Here. Welcome. Wood shop.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Excellent. Moving on, we need to accept the previous minutes. Everybody got a copy of it? Do I have a motion to accept it?
I'll second.
All in favor of accepting the minutes? Aye. Any opposed? Good job. Secretary's report.
Secretary reports. Thank you very much for helping me out, filling in with this stuff. It's been fun. No, you guys have been great. And I realize that I made unrealistic expectations trying to ask everyone to have the reports in by today. So whoever the next secretary is can give you all different times. But for December, if I have it in by the first week in January, I'm good with that, as long as I have it by then. So kind of give everybody a break, and my apologies. That's all.
Okay. Moving on, treasury report. You sent that out? Everybody get your treasury report?
Yes.
Need a motion to accept them?
I'll second that.
Okay, motion been seconded for accepting treasury. Did you have a question or you?
No, I'm seconding.
Okay. Accepting the treasury report as written. Gary?
Before we vote on that, just one comment to Amy. If you could maybe rerun it, I think your printer parameters changed. You were missing part of the report on the right side, but the majority of the information on there is what we're interested in, but just I want to rerun it and send it out again. Thank you.
Okay, everybody in favor of accepting the treasury report?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to the the president's report. You can just leave me the hell alone.
No parties for you.
Discussion of the year goals. My goal this year was to make everybody play together, and so far that's worked out fairly well. It's been an easy year. That being said, I'm not going to do it again. So be thinking ahead. We need somebody to step up and be the president of TMAC next year. All your committees, when you go to elections, if you're not it, you need to be talking to people and talk this up. Wasn't a hard year. It's just a commitment for time. But you need to accept it and step up next year. That being said, I thank you all for your work this year and everything you've done. Everything's gone fairly good, like I said. We do have a lawsuit against us, and there's really no update on it other than from what we see. I don't see much basis in it. We don't have anything to do with the issue at hand, but we're named in the lawsuits. That's still going forward. We're working on that. On another matter, it's evident that the rules and regulations as written are not going to be followed this year, because our rules and regulations state that Hometown America will take a big part of the elections, and Hometown America has decided they do not do that. And us having no way to force them to do that, or desire to force them to do that, that needs to be changed. We'll bring it up later in new business, but we need to amend our rules and regulations to be able to go forward without violating them. Okay, as far as this year goes, my plan is that Amy Wills, Kathy Wyatt, and Pam Beatty will be working together for the elections of this year. Like I say, our rules and regulations state that Hometown has a big part of that, and they will not have. Okay, that's my part. Going on, moving to Vice President's report.
Steve Zapato here, Vice President. My emphasis is just on somebody is going to have to step up or TMAC will disappear. So we need somebody to absolutely step up to take over TMAC this year. See how Steve and I are both stepping down as of January. So we'll be here through January in the elections. After that, we will not be. And without an elected president and vice president, TMAC will disappear, which means all funds and all information about it will disappear also, meaning any funds in the accounts will disappear. So just be aware that you need to have somebody in your head, somebody you're talking to, somebody you're promoting, so that if they take over your position for next year, if you're not elected back to your head of yours, then you should recommend that they step up and take over for TMAC also. That's my big push for today. You really need to find somebody who's going to step up. And again, Steve said it hasn't been difficult, it's just a time commitment. And Steve's just been super busy. You guys don't know what he's doing. It's just he's working his heart out around helping a lot of people at the park. And it's just a time commitment. And that's all you guys got to do is volunteer to step up. Steve Zapato.
Thank you. Okay, going to move on to the committee reports. We'll start with John.
John Lemmick with the Tech Committee. We've had a great year personnel-wise, and we've been supporting everybody in the park. We're purchasing new equipment, new lighting, and we're planning next year for upgrades to our lighting system by adding some new lights, which you may find quite interesting once we get them in.
Rose Van Velsen in for Richard for the bingo. He didn't give me any notes, but I know we are both, Richard stepping down and I'm stepping down from treasurer, but we both have people going to take over that we're both training at the moment. So that's about it.
Nola Bernstein, Special Meals. I have nothing to report because we don't do a December meal. I will be staying on as chairman because I have been threatened. So I value my life. So I will be staying on as chairman.
Pat Parks with Shuffleboard. We're playing our fall, winter, spring hours, Monday through Friday. We start at 10 and finish about noon. We play 3 games. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we play regular shuffleboard. Tuesday and Thursday, we play House Color, in which we all give $1, and those with the highest scores share the jackpot. We are planning a clinic for January the 7th or January the 14th at 11. I'll make an announcement at Monday Morning Coffee closer to that time. Thank you.
Jim Child, Model Yachting. We've had a busy period right now because the water's dropping so fast. We're moving the docks on a pretty regular basis to maintain enough depth for the boats. But other than that, having a good time. We've collected our dues pretty much entirely for this coming year, so we're in good shape there. And we start our regular racing season the first week in January, and it goes through into March. Thank you.
Gail Woolley with decorating. This month, December, we put up the large tree in the front here by the stage, and we put a small decoration towards the back. We also made and put out potluck decorations. Thank you.
Mary Cousins for the library. There's not a lot going on in the library. We had a lot of leftover books, so we're trying to figure out what to do with those. So that's it.
Jerry Bentley for tennis. We are playing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 o'clock. All residents and guests are invited, and we really need more players. We have free lessons on all levels. We also have rackets and balls available all the time. You don't have to sign up anywhere. You just come down to the courts when we're playing. And all levels of play together, and we have lots of fun and exercise, and we welcome you all. Thank you.
Dawn Priestley for Welcome Committee. Our last dinner out was at the Jacaranda Hotel, and that's always popular. It was very sold out. The bargain basement did very well at the garage sale, over $1,000 made. That almost exclusively goes to our gala in January. It's coming up, January 23rd. That's the best way for every committee to meet all new people in the park. I have a list going here. If you can sign up if you want a table. We usually have about 35 tables from committees, and you bring your paperwork. You'll get to talk to all the new park residents that way. We're going to use the passport again. That was very popular. Once they talk to you, you indicate such in their passport book, and then they get prizes for the one who talked to the most committees. You'll have to have information to hand out, and your time for setup will be 12:30 that day. Thank you.
Shirley Cabot with the TWR Times. We just keep on keeping on. We could use a few more members. We could use a whole lot more members, actually. I want to especially thank the Model Yacht Club, the Dog Club, and Special Meals for actually sending us information to put in the TWR Times, and the rest of you. What's the matter with you guys, huh? Yeah. Thank you.
Steve, you want to go?
Steve Sykes, Country Breakfast. I have no report, basically, because Country Breakfast is this Saturday, and we haven't had a breakfast since the last time we were here. We do have a meeting next Thursday at 10 o'clock in the community room. Thank you.
All right, Jeff Nauman with Potluck. Last week we had our potluck on December 9th. We had around 75 people attending, plenty of food to go around, good 50-50 with a total of $140, with 70 going to the winner. Again, we had several donated door prizes to give away along with our normal 4 that we provided. Interior decorating did a great job decorating the tables with our winter theme. Next committee meeting is going to be on January 2nd at 11 a.m. in the Tanglewood Suite for anybody that'd like to attend. And now I'm going to move over to Trips and Travel for Roxy. Trips and Travel just got back last night from our second trip this season with a great evening trip to Punta Gorda for a sunset cruise and Canal Christmas light tour boat cruise with a great late lunch, early dinner at Lashley's Crab House. We had another full bus and everybody had a great time. Our next trip is also sold out, a 4-day, 3-night trip, a total of 55 people going to Key West, leaving Monday, January 5th, returning Thursday the 8th at Ocean's Edge Resort. Overall, most of the trips are selling well. Trips and Travel could use a few more members for our committee that would like to help plan, lead, / chaperone some of the upcoming trips. Next Trips and Travel meeting is scheduled for January 14th at 9 a.m. in the Tanglewood Suite for anyone that would like to attend.
Melanie with the Glass Shop. Yesterday we had our Christmas brunch. We discussed various topics after we filled our faces about an exhaust fan for our room to expel solder fumes. We talked about seeing if we can change our fluorescent lights over to LED lights to save money and to get rid of some glare. We're looking into getting a wireless printer for copying, enlarging, reducing our patterns, and which would be more economical, bottled or cartridge type printer. And we discussed the upcoming elections, the procedures, and candidates, and that's it.
Polly Grant with Monday Morning Coffee. I didn't submit a report, but just letting you know that no one has stepped up yet to take my place, so it looks like I'll be here for another year. I've really enjoyed doing it, but it's getting a little hard to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we're getting 16 dozen donuts so far. I'll probably have to increase that within the next week or so. Thank you.
Gary Braun with Petanque. Our last tournament was on December the 6th. We had 64 players, and during intermission, as usual, we served hot dogs, chips, and water. And we pay out at 5 levels to the winners of the tournament, as well as a 50-50 and other door prizes. Our next tournament will be January the 3rd, and we hope to see you there. And maybe a correction to Shirley, Petanque always has our information on TWR Times. Issued through Bob.
Kendra Sloan with Diversions. We're busy. We've had the beanbag baseball continues in sevens, and all the activities that will be coming up will be listed in the January newsletter. And we did have the parade, and which was well attended. We had 81 carts decorated, and we had a big turnout, about 175 at the party. And then I'm sure some of you read some of the comments on Nextdoor and whatnot with regard to the white elephant and the parade, blah, blah, blah. So the team is discussing that and how we can improve for next year. And I'm not going to let my name stand for Diversions because I'm part-time, and I just really felt that it's not how I work, not to be able to be totally committed, and it wasn't fair to the committee. So I do have someone that's going to take my place. It's been a pleasure, but part-time for me doesn't work.
Hi, Catherine Smith for Genealogy. We had a very good meeting, well attended, and we had a gentleman speaking from the Church of Latter-day Saints right here in Sebring about AI and how you can do research using it, you know, the pluses and the pitfalls and all that, so it was really very interesting. And we have our next meeting coming up this month, and, you know, each time we've gotten some more people to come, so it's been good. And nothing other than that.
It's Mary Holmes. I'm sitting in for Jeff Lauren. We've been increasing our membership as far as paid members because the Snowbirds are back. People who are not paid members are allowed to come to the meeting. We encourage them to come to our meetings. We meet the second Friday of every month. Jeff has been in the past. I assume he's going to continue collecting electronic stuff to take down to Skipper Road for recycling. He has talked in the past about what is not accepted, so you maybe encourage him to put an article in the TWR Times so people would know. I'll work on him on that. Other than that, that's it.
Archie with special events. I really want to encourage everyone. We've had some really great turnouts so far. Our numbers are growing. The number of tickets we're selling is growing, just not as fast as we had hoped. So what I'm asking everybody to do is make sure that if you don't attend the dance or the special events bands, please encourage other people to do it. If you are attending, bring someone else with you. My understanding is we turn over 15 to 20% of the park every year, so that every 5 years, basically, we have all new people here. Now, we know that about a third of us stay all the time, but that means the rest of the houses are turning over with new people who've never been. And Nola and Kathy and I have seen people come to the door who say, we've never been to one of these before. How long have you been with the park? 2 years. And then they buy a half-season ticket or they buy a season ticket. So encourage the people who've never been to come to these events. Every once in a while on Facebook, I'll post something in the Tanglewood group that shows that you've got, like, downtown Sebring at the Circle Theater. They're putting on very similar things. Stevie Nicks concert, $50 per person to attend a Stevie Nicks concert. You can do the same thing here for $18 if you buy the season ticket. So, my goodness, we're saving them more than 50%. Right here in the park. We do a great job with that. The women who support this team are just fabulous ladies who helped me put this together, and we really want more people to attend. We'd love to see 300 and 400 people attend, and the acts will change when that happens too. So please encourage other people to attend. Grab somebody, drag them with you, invite them. If they want to get to know more people, certainly encourage them to be part of the volunteer groups that belong to all of this organization. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you.
Thank you. And to add to that, as a tech side, this room sounds much better when you get 300 people in it. You know, just the sound coming off the stage works better when you fill the room. Okay, going on to the wood shop. Wood shop's running very well. Members are coming back. The seasonal members are coming back. We're having quite a bit of activity in the shop. Our volunteerism seems to be working really well. They're cleaning the shop on a regular basis, and things look much better. We had a group of volunteers paint the shop, just brightened everything up, which is very nice. And just going forward, just really appreciate all the help we've been getting. Okay, concluding the chair reports, moving on to old business. Kathy, do you have a report on the fundraiser, please? Surprise.
As of Monday's totals, the number we had in there would pay out only $10 per week. So we're a tenth of the way through what we need to sell. But since then, I have gotten several of the committees have given me a whole bunch of transfers. So we're getting closer, but we still need to push it. So if any committees need more to sell to their groups, let me know, because I do have some more with me. So we need to keep pushing it, because we're down to, 45 days. So.
Okay, thank you. So what she's saying is primarily the most sales we've had so far are committees buying all the tickets they've been given to sell, which is a good thing. But we still need people to step up and buy tickets. We need people to step up in the committees and sell tickets. If you want this TMAC fundraiser to work, which we gave out $100 every week this year. Somebody won $100. If you want to do that again next year, we need to be pushing these tickets and get out there and sell them.
To go along with that, I haven't pushed it to my group. I keep forgetting about it. So if you have a meeting, certainly say, boy, if you guys want a chance to win $100 a week, you could win 2 and 3 times. We've had a couple people winning 2 times so far this year. But what we want to encourage is our members to buy. We would much rather you spend $20, you got a chance to win $100, $200, $300, depending on how it's drawn out. How many people would love to win a couple $300 for a $20 investment? Right? So we need to sell a lot of individual tickets to the people who don't understand what it is. And there's a lot of people who go, what is that? And then we try to explain it to them. They go, oh, and I'm not sure they get it, but they go, I'll come back and buy that. Because usually they're buying tickets from us over at the table on Monday or Thursday, and so they only brought this much money, and they're thinking about that other $20. We need to keep encouraging them to spend that $20. It's only $20. That's cool.
Thank you. Kathy, when's the last drawing for this session? At the end of January? Last Monday in January is the final one for this session, and then the next year we'll take over as of February. Thank you. Okay, got an update on the Coke machine money. Is that you?
They're not talking to me. I've called several times, left messages.
They meaning the Coke machine people.
The company that I've been talking to, that I have to go through 4 people before I can get the right person again. Basically, I think what I'm going to have to do is find the original contract, and because they've changed companies, see if they will honor that same one again. So, been kind of busy, but I need to get in wherever that is, the records, and find out what that contract is, and then submit that to them and see if they'll honor it again. They indicate that they are willing to do that, but they don't have a clue what that is. So I will work on that over the next month.
How many people here visit this area once or twice a week? A few people? Here's my suggestion. We put a not working or broken sign on the Coke machine, and every time somebody takes it down, put a new sign up saying, this machine is broken, so when their revenue goes down, they're going to start talking to us. Just my thought.
Along that same line, initially she was told if we want to recoup money, then we need to put our own machine out here and we fill it. That's another commitment of money, and it's another commitment of time for somebody to take that over. That is an option, but dealing with the Coca-Cola company is where we're at right now. Any other old business? Okay, moving on to new business. As I said earlier, the rules and regulations state that Hometown America will take a big part of the election process. And since they no longer do that, although Angie told me they will be glad to help out any way they can, as they can, but that's what's available, we need to change our rules and regulations. The changing of rules and regulations means that we bring a written notice, which you have in front of, I think everybody has in front of them, to a regular meeting. A simple vote can change the rules and regulations. The proposed change in the wording, would be from the activity director and treasurer or unaffiliated individual to our secretary, treasurer, and unaffiliated individual appointed by the executive committee. That would be our wording to change that to. So we need to vote on that to change our rules and regulations so we can be in compliance with our own rules and regulations. Sure.
I make a motion that we change the wording from our activity director and treasurer or unaffiliated individual to board secretary and treasurer or unaffiliated individual appointed by the executive board.
Okay, all in favor of changing that wording? Aye. Any opposed? Woohoo, we can be illegal this year. Because apparently we weren't last year and we all got elected anyway. But that will take the obligation for Hometown America out of our elections. Although Angie assured me that if we need any assistance, they will be happy to provide it as they're able. Okay. I don't see that. Yours is different than mine. Sure, bring that up.
And we need an update on the damaged tables. Anybody doing that? We don't have an update on that? No one's familiar with that? All right, I'll check with Angie this week and see what we've got for damaged tables, so we see if any are being replaced or how many there will be.
Okay, on a second note, your written reports that are sent in to Pam, she has informed me that you have till first week of January, and make that a year-end report. Our bylaws still say that you need a year-end report for each committee. Please put those together and send them to Pam. Who are you pointing at? And that needs to be in by the first week of January. Seventh is good. Pick a date. I don't care. First week of January. Don't put it off. Do it now. That's right. I have one more meeting. Okay. The process for signing up for our upcoming elections has already begun. The book is out. Online sign up is out, up and running. So, moving forward, any other new business? Jerry?
I think it might be beneficial to all of us to know what the requirements are of president and vice president. I mean, just the title is kind of scary, but I don't think it entails a whole lot of work, does it?
Not.
Yes?
If it required a whole lot of work, I would not be here.
Yeah, well, I mean, just give us kind of a general thing.
I can.
So we know maybe some of us will step up.
And what it requires is sitting in this chair on a monthly basis. It requires counters or co-signing. What is it? Counter or co? Co-signing checks that Amy writes to anybody. It has to be. There's a two-signature rule. It has to be the chairman or the president or the vice president sign them with Amy. And you have to resolve any and all conflicts that come about. Can't really say what those are. My first year, there were a lot of them. This year, there was not much conflict going on. This was a pretty good year. So as a work commitment, as an issue, it really doesn't take much. An ability to get people to play together is a big plus. That's really all I bring to the table is I can make people talk to each other. My first year here, there was a lot of conflict. But that's kind of in our past, so I'm not worried about that. Overall, it doesn't take very much. It's just you are going to be the one they call when there's an issue. Doesn't mean you have to do it all. You can delegate to your vice president. Oh, you want me to read the actual obligation? That's crazy. I can't read. Okay, preside over all executive committee meetings. General management of the board. That's us. Bugs up here. See that all orders and resolutions of the board are brought to the board. Have general superintendents and direction over all other officers and corporation. There's an issue with other committees and that they can't resolve, it comes to us. Submit a report of operations program to the fiscal year to the board members. We do that on a monthly basis. And I'll be ex officio member of all standing committees. So if they need somebody to stand in, that's us. That's really all it entails. So a lot of legalese for you just got to make people play together. You got to oversee issues that come up that the committees can't resolve. Like I say, my first year here, it happened a few times. Since then, it really hasn't been an issue. And you don't have to stand alone. You've got members to work with you. You've got your vice president. You always have an executive board. So other than the time involved, you got to make time every week to come up and sign checks or to be with the money exchange. And you got to make time every month to come up and do this. Traditionally, you run Monday morning coffee. Doesn't have to. Nowhere does it say it has to be the president. I would like to see every committee take a turn at running Monday morning coffee. It's easy. You just get up and BS for an hour. Yeah. But go ahead, Rose.
So your job, you have to be the head of you have to be a chair of one of the committees, though, right?
Yes.
Does the vice have to be a head?
No, the vice doesn't have to be. Have to be a chair? Okay. Okay, yes, the vice has to be a chair also. Sorry. One or the other needs to be a full-time resident, although I also think that's an outdated rule, but it's in the bylaws, so one or the other has to be a full-time resident. Yeah?
So you said earlier, incoming chairs would also be available to do that?
Any incoming chair
okay.
will be up for this office if they say yes.
Got it.
Which is why I'm here. I said yes. Anything else?
We did make there was a change made that the president does have to be a full-time. The vice president has the choice of being a part-time or full-time.
Oh, so the president has to be full-time?
The president does have to be full-time. And that's when you have the election of chairman on that Monday, all of those new chairmen or returning chairmen, from there is where you vote in your new president. And of that group, then you will have to go to those that are full-time, be their names listed, and ask, are you willing to do that? And then you would vote on, if there's more than one willing, take a ballot vote. The other one would be for vice president. You vote for two, president and vice president. And then the president assigns the secretary and treasurer with the approval of the board, which is your new board. That'll be that on that Monday.
And that rule was changed a few years ago to accommodate somebody who is not a full-time resident. I don't really know the history of it. But rules can change. So if the oncoming crew wants to change the bylaws, there's a procedure to do that. They can do that. But that's what they are right now. Any other questions? Jeff?
Just a comment, I guess. So the Monday, is it the 17th? 19th?
19th.
Okay, Monday the 19th is the elections of the committees. Mm-hmm. And then that following Wednesday is the board meeting. And we then typically have the annual meeting, what's called, an hour before, which then this group, including the newly elected chairs, will meet and decide who the president and vice president are going to be.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So I don't want to scare anybody. It's not a terrible job. It doesn't take much organizational skill, or I wouldn't be here. It doesn't take any financial knowledge, or I wouldn't be here. But anybody can do it. Being a people person helps. Sure.
I think if you take away the every Monday running the coffee and spread it out, like you were saying, that would be a good thing, because that's such a time commitment. And if you just have to sign checks once a week on Thursday or whenever that turns down, so much easier. I think that's something really that could happen real well.
I agree, and that is something that there's nothing in writing that says the president has to stand up here every Monday. That's just traditionally what we've done. And I didn't have enough gumption to make it change because I didn't care. But yeah, any incoming, if you don't want to be up there, then you can make arrangements around that. Anything else? You should wait your turn. Any other new business? Okay, as we said, committee sign-ups have begun online and in the book. Our current secretary has worked tirelessly on that. So, with that, Shirley has moved for adjournment. Anything else? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Public comments. Anybody out there want to talk? Good answer. We have a move for adjournment. Second?
Second.
Everybody in favor? Thank you all for coming. Thank you for attending. Good night.